that means that they can adapt to different marketing environments. And so this leads to inefficiencies. And so what we try to do here is to take these fixed parameters and allow an ML model to adjust them accordingly. So more concretely, for instance, this is an example. And so we built these predictive models that forecast future market volatility. And so this allows us to adjust the fees dynamically. So for instance, if a market is experiencing high volatility, we can lower the fees. The model can lower the fees to encourage more trading activity. Or, you can also think that you could have a different pool that it can increase the fees, to compensate the liquidity providers for the risk, But in any case, that you could imagine that the fees could be dynamic. And so, you can also imagine models that run on the chain, right? That classify, the risk of the, to the liquidity providers or the risk to users. There could be loyalty programs and whatnot. So definitely a lot more could be offered to improve the efficiency of the AMM. Yeah, any questions about that? So these are two models that you can see that could be used when you're creating an AMM pool. Yeah, I think this is the last prototype that we have is we call it Tithe. And it's an ML-enabled lending, application. And so the idea here is, again, addressing the static parameters that are present in lending applications. And so here we can see a little demo. So here the model, the AI, is predicting the loan to value ratio of the pool in real time. And so this is used to signal when the LTV is exceeding a certain threshold. And so if you can adjust the liquidation LTV, you can effectively manage the risk and protect the health of the pool before any issues arise. So you can see here that for every pool, there is an associated model that is used to decide when to trigger liquidations. And you can see here also when you're interacting with the pool and you want to deposit, you can see as well the historical LTV, historical rates, and a description as well of, I think, the model. Yeah, model here. It would give you a sense of how it would behave with in terms of liquidation, and this is in contrast with current pool mechanisms where these liquidation thresholds are static. And yeah, so here are two examples. And so again, these models are enabled by the virtual infrastructure, and the inference happens on chain. And so, yeah, we envision that, there could also be a marketplace for models, right? For creators, maybe, these two models are not enough. Maybe you can think of new models. And again, we want to make sure that the model authors or creators are properly compensated every time the models are used. So, yeah, that's a very quick rundown of things that I had. We have a couple minutes, and I'll take questions.